Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Dahnans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going, I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Dahnan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menencia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elda Menencia Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzalik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renan than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renan hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renans wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings. That was quite the little adventure we went on.
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can... Hello.
Huh.
Kisara.
Right!
Arch sealed!
Take it!
Lunar corruption!
Demon Fang!
Falling to thine own death! Stay ready! You gotta jump for cover, okay?
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me. Dance in the wind! Sleep now.
Rising Wiper!
More for the stockpile!
Didn't even break a sweat. That thing looks pretty menacing.
Nothing we can't handle.
It's on!
There's a path in course in there! Just get it! By the power of Arch International!
Rising Wiper!
Let the mark
Aim for the weak spot!
Eat this! You're done!
Blast the shot!
Instant!
Take this!
Far enough! Thunderblade!
Now you see what I can
The
do!
caster! It's over!
Rocket Fury!
Not in your dreams! Mega Ray!
Plus,
Firmament Render! Where are you
Prepare to be
going?
seized, though, fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing! Do it! It's over! Astral energy! Full throttle! None shall escape my judgment!
Demon Fang!
Photon blast!
Orochi!
Raging cascade!
Fake Blast! Plasma Shock!
Blah, blah, blah.
Mirage!
Only getting
Now! Rising Wyvern!
Blow away!
The tactics are working great!
Full speed ahead!
Hey, wait for the wall!
Period is up!
Blow away!
Nothing gets by me!
Denied!
Swallow Blade!
Lightning condemned!
Orochi's Fury!
Flame of fury! It's over! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Right, here
Fire
goes!
the passion!
How about this?
Flame of fury!
Move away!
Sharpness!
Now I can let loose.
They got me flank!
This one's all mine!
Now!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more
If
pummeling.
we can cut them apart to your heart's content.
No armor can stop me!
Looks like it could be worth something.
Good.
Really now. Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
Right.
Excuse me! Well... Really?
Good.
What the? Seriously?
All right.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our... heads.
Have you guys checked your... lately? If we find anyone who needs help here...
You okay?
Yeah!
Okay.
Huh?
Here we go!
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Aw, who's a good boy?
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
That Zoogle looks tough. But
I think we're game for it, yeah.
an opponent like this should be easy.
May 1,000 gales carry you to shreds! Go for the weak point! There, go! Don't mind if I do!
Leave the torches to me!
I'm just getting started! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Far enough!
Stardust! Rising Pitfall!
Storm! Supernova! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Here I come!
Searing flame!
I'm on Tornado Blade!
Wind astral! Lightning
Infernal
blast!
Tornado! Eat dirt!
Thunder flame!
Dust to dust!
They're not playing around! Lunar corruption! Lightning
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop. Move!
Devastation! Here comes a big one!
This one's mine! Sonic instant!
Rising light!
We got him on the run.
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Our next year coming through!
This should do it!
First aid!
I owe you one.
Saving Good
Storm! Blast the shock!
This one's mine!
Ready to go!
I'll heal you all! Raging cascade! Healing circle! None shall escape my judgment!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
It's finished!
Let's do it!
Do it, Geo!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Wish they were all that easy.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play a...
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind
You
me!
made quick
Got it.
work of them.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
These little ones are hardly worth...
Less talking, more pummeling.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Okay.
Seriously?
Well,
What the?
looks like we made it here in one piece.
It's huge. I bet it'd be a good way to test.
Go no further! Eat this!
I owe you one!
You have to aim for the bright area on their back!
Here it comes! Sonic thrust! Aim for the weak spot!
No armor can stop me.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
In here! Lunar corruption! Get on in there with the arrow! This one... Mine! Wind accelerator! Whoa! Hey! One at a time!
Orochi's Fury! I'll
Searing
smash
flame!
you!
It's weakened!
Orochi's Fury! This ends now!
Here goes!
Here I come!
Take this.
Rising sun! Not today!
It's showtime! Lock up now! Frozen hammer! Freezing storm! Thunder field! Right out my watch!
Orochi's fury! I'm on it! Sonic thrust!
Wow! If the enemy is going all out!
I can carve through armor!
I can handle it! Forward! Corruption! About to strike!
Oroshi's fury! Look sharp, everyone! Rising wyvern!
Here's a hit! Lightning air!
Now, let loose!
Silent instant! Air
Falling behind! Looks like this one's mine! Like hell it is!
Thunder field!
Eat this! Take this!
Here I go! It's over!
Win!
No!
Just
It's in the sky is mine!
Fury!
Healing circle!
It's finished!
Let's do it!
Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Back into
Don't push yourself too hard.
Looks like we made it here in one piece. Okay.
What's this thing?
I hear a voice. Somebody's asking. Oh? Yeah. Yeah. Why?
What?
Yeah. Got it. Great. I hate that woman.
She was a handful, wasn't she?
What's wrong with being passionate? Not... To mention, she was kind of cute.
Well... Yeah. I don't think I'll ever quite warm up to her, but I can respect her passion for That can't be. No.
Oh, wow!
Hey.
Uh-huh.
Oh? Why?
Whoa!
Watch it. Hey. Oh?
Huh? No way.
Hey.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
I always loved... The sound of hammers banging away.
We've reached our destination.
Okay, off we go.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna...
Fires of passion coursing through! Fury!
Here I go! Swallow blade!
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Gotta break through!
Fires of passion coursing
Here I go.
flame!
Nothing gets by me. Give it a whirl.
Orochi's fury! Talon hurricane!
We're cleaning how?
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively.
Storm! Demon Fang! Serpent Knuckle!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Maybe something's going on in the forest.
No backing down!
None shall
I'll
escape
tear you
my
apart!
way.
Jump to stop! The tide of battle has turned! That's the power of comrades in arms!
I'll take you all off!
Comrades in arms.
What? Too sentimental?
You're mine!
A comfortable win.
A fish! You saw it too, right?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Now, where might those fish be?
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Reel it in. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Now, where might those fish be? Hup. Could it be? Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in...
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can... do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian.
I'll see you again tomorrow. All right, guys. Ready to go?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Right, here goes!
A freezing storm!
Rising Wyvern!
Ice tornado!
Eat this! Dragon Shout! You're mine!
We are freaking invincible!
Alvin and the others truly are strong. Let him
What about me?
handle it.
Here I come! All yours! Orochi's Fury!
I never miss! Thunderfield!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance! First strike!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall.
Here I go! Go away! Blood shock! Soda!
Legion snaring to me.
And
Bubbles to me! In a bind,
Do you require a hand?
Tectonic punch!
No further.
Rising Wyvern!
Eat this!
Raging cascade! And here!
I'm on it! Do it!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahna relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dahna history, Just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
Over so soon? Visibility along this path will
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place. All aboard the victory train!
Overconfidence can bite you in the butt.
Dispose of the trash.
You're mine!
Take Bolero!
Rising Wyvern!
We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because Raw's on it.
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I'm on it! Raining slash!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Okay,
Here I go!
I never miss. Not on my watch.
I'm on it!
Mega
Can't
Ray.
get out of this!
Now, Gemini Aqua.
I can carve through
By the
one!
power of one.
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that.
Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Gotta break through!
Fires of passion, courses display. They're surrounded.
No, let loose.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Now, cut them apart to your heart's content.
Reload.
Be still!
Eruption.
Rising Falcon!
Power of
I'm
ready.
Did you see?
Sure did. You were checking out Kisara from behind.
What? No, I wasn't! No backing down! We are freaking invincible!
Nathan and the others truly are strong.
What about me? Take this!
We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Do it! That extra training paid off.
This might be... some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
More Dahna ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Let's dispose of the trash.
No, let loose.
Fall into time!
Blow away!
Eat this!
Rising Wyvern! Blow away!
Well, looky here.
An opponent like this should be easy. Okay, here I go.
You We're on a roll now! Do it! Gemini Aqua!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
Out of our way!
Okay, here I go. We've turned the tables on him.
There's still more left!
Right, no time to hold back.
Sword Rain Alpha!
By this one's mine!
We did it!
These little ones.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Barely a blip on our radar.
The advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because Raw's on it.
Big blast! Take from one, come
You made
on!
quick work of them.
Now, in the sky, it's
Just
mine!
pointing it out.
These little ones are hardly worth it.
Less talking, more pummeling.
A comfortable win.
Okay, here I go.
Take this.
Law! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang! Easy!
Way to go!
Thunderfield!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
We are freaking invincible!
Alvin and the others truly are strong. What about me?
Whoa! Quit staring and concentrate on the fight.
I don't take orders from you.
what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
We got some... good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Little help! There! Help this!
Lightning thrust! Rising falcon!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
You made quick work of it!
Want me to pick up your slack?
Just pointing it out.
Wish they were all that easy.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play along, would you?
Out of our way!
Here I come! Blow away! Ignite!
Did you see?
Sure did. The part where you swung and missed, right?
Not that part!
An opponent like this should be easy.
Mighty flavor!
Can't get out of this!
Now, you are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no? These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart.
Raining slash!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
Fires of passion coursing this
When did I get so
Attention! Sword Rain Alpha!
Not on my watch!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Didn't even break a sweat.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Menancia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, What do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term. But you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does. Which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Dahnan to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm... waiting for you. For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious life. What the? That is all I desire. Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Eat dirt!
Eat this! It's weakened!
I'll end you! This ends now!
Whirlwind snap! Come on, roll now!
Take this!
Firmament
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Blow away!
Vanquish darkness!
Take this!
Take this!
It was nice while
Fury!
Instant!
Show me your strength.
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
This should do it!
Excited!
Fall.
Rising Wyvern!
Take this.
Reload!
Pierce through!
Gemini off-road blast!
Here.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time. Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahna astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niaz, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Forgive you!
I'm on it! Thanks!
Oh,
They got me flanked!
No! Double Demon Fang!
Eat this!
We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Be
content.
still!
let the mark Oh, it's you!
You know, Law, one thing it really makes me realize,
Makes you realize what?
maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
Onward and upward. What's that big tower over there?
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Did we really just spend that much money?
I'm impressed how... well balanced this thing is.
Maybe it's time I try on... something new.
I'd like to check their wares if you don't mind.
This way, I guess.
Fires the passion coursing the skies!
Okay, here I come!
Do it! We are freaking invincible!
Wilson and the others truly are strong.
What about me? Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Easy!
Way to go!
Flying Fury! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than I'll be saving this one.
Well, looky here.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Dahnans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Dahnan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Dahnans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no...
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Dahnans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Dahnans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renan Astral Arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.